All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the New York Giants. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Hey, alert 33. 180. 65. 65. 65. Alert, alert. Alert, alert.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Let's go, team.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard. Line.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a Giants.
Let's go.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
Check. Crouch. 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 SOS. Hey, alert, alert. Alert, alert.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of 1st downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Pick the edge. King. Check. Up.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check 13. Pistol.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Bang. Run.
A 1st carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Wayne Gallman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready? 10 Lobo. Hey, lock it. Check right, check right. Check right.
Now a handoff looking right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Check. Look at me. Go. Let's go.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Let's go. At their own 19-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is, how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays, getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Fair. 30 base. Big grip.
Now a handoff looking right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Now they try the right side here. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
You think you won't get this? Watch twist. Hey, alert 33.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Pistol. Regular. Hey, Alpha. Safety screaming. Hey, shot.
Mayfield on first down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
King. Out. Hey, Delta.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play. I look for them to try it again later.
Got a man, Slayton. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
On first down, Barkley. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Barkley, the ball carrier, brought down at the 23-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the score Giants 7, Texans nothing.
180! Alert, alert! Alert, alert! What's up? What's up?
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 12-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7.
14, Texans 7.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken about the 12. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They begin with a run by Barkley. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mayfield. Going right side here, and that's complete. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Texans' 42-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
I got you. Watch the eye. Undercrush. Kill. Check 26. He's coming. We got double up. Point it right.
This is Barkley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Brought down back at the 45-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. On 3rd down, Mayfield, flush to his right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Check. 180. He's 59. Mike the 59. Here we go. Begin. Whip. Watch the whip. Check out, bro. Pistol.
Barkley.
Check. Presto.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency.
Through an opening, and there he goes. The 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now a handoff looking right. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
On the ready. Hey, lock it. Big grip.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
60 Pittsburgh. Watch the run. Bravo. 15, Mike. 15. Shoot.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Clements. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum.
Now Mayfield lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 2nd down now, Barkley trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Mayfield on 3rd and 2. That's complete to Slayton. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
You go tight. You got tight. You regular. Hey, alert 30.
They'll run on first down. Barkley, and nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
He's checking. Crash. Alert 3.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Down.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and run for it. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Ready? Watch it, 5. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Now they try the right side here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense.
And the ball is knocked out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. On the draw, this is Barkley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Get him. Check. Under 10. 10. Hey, alert.
The toss out to Barkley. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And Ingram holds it in. Still shedding tackles. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys. But you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 31.
Lucky. Kill. Show it. Check 50. Watch King.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now it's Barkley. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Texans' 20-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
180. Watch 55. Not today, you won't. Not today. Point it right. Watch the twist. Watch it.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists in their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Leo! Watch it.
They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Squeeze. 18, Ready?
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Watch the safety cream. Check. Hard. Check. Get it.
Now a handoff looking right. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position.
180. I'm scared.
On 1st down, Barkley. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the 1st half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans cut into that lead. Operating from the gun, Clements.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
There he goes left side. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now they try the right side here. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Sam off.
Now a handoff looking right. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw. Clements, he's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here trying to preserve the lead. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Hey, alert 33. 36, 36. Hey, zoom.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Now they get a 4th quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
Rock it. 18 Gator. Let's get this ball back. Big rip.
And to give this time to the tailback. Big hold to the 30. finally brought down at the 43.
Let's go, baby.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Giants, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.